And we're live by the grace of God. Oh my. Oh my. I have quite the tail to spin right now. Yes, I do. And it's only 9 p.m., which means I have time to finish this cut. As soon as this, I get to. Wow. Woo. I don't know if you can see the haze and smoke by that light there. We had a small electrical fire, or almost. Almost. Had my keen senses of not been aware. So I was using this chop saw, which has been recalled, and I'm going to take back as soon as I finish this next cut. Or I got 4 small cuts, maybe 6, 8. It overloaded the circuit, and I have one of those pull down mechanic style outlets and light bulb. You know what you see the mechanic pull along and snag to the bottom of the vehicle, and it has extra lighting there. Well, this thing almost caught fire because, evidently it's not supposed to handle 15 amps on a continuous load. I mean, this saw is rated at 15 amps. That circuit is rated at 15 amps or more. I know it has to be. But that device itself evidently is not. And I'm pulling every goddamn one of them down out of here. I've got the one there that is. I thank goodness I had the foresight of mine to keep a fire extinguisher around while doing this work. My training paid off. Thank you, Mr. Cromarty, my junior high school shop teacher. Thank you, Mr. Cromarty. Hey, did I mention? Thank you, Mr. Cromarty. See, I did pay attention in class. I might not appear like it, but I really was. I've got that one. And another one over here. They're out of here. Kaput. I'm not burning down my fucking house / shop. The convenience of those motherfuckers just ain't fucking worth it. No. That ain't it. Or as James Best would say, that ain't it! So yeah. And then to top that, I was trying to make an inside 45 bevel like this. So I completed this one. Tits on. I made the cut all the way through, and then I had this much on the other side. Perfect fucking cut. No. So then this one over here, and I did it like this. Then I flipped it over, and then I started doing like this. So I had to fill in that cut with some weld, and then finish the other half of that cut. So it'll be like this. When it rains, it pours, motherfucker. It pours. Oh. So I have 3 good beers in here. It's Saturday night. I probably stink the high hell. I ain't going out. And I ain't going to the gym just to shower. And then I'll be fucking 10 o'clock before I'm presentable manner. I don't go out unless I can. Now I'll go to Lowe's like this with a clean wife beater on and my welding hat because it signifies that, hey, and plus my dirty hands, kind of like, hey, this guy's working. He's actually running in here to get something and running out. He's not trying to make a social call and just pick up things. Not that going to Lowe's is a social call, but hey, there's a couple women in there that are A, eligible, B, pretty good looking, and C, or 3, C, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and 3, fairly receptive to me. I mean, not just because they had to when they work, because there's guys in there that blow me off. So when I'm just trying to be sociable, like you're like, what do you want? And then move the fuck on. So it's not like they're waitress flirting. They don't have to talk to me. It's like, oh, it's aisle 35. No, they follow me and talk to me the entire time about various amount of different subjects, and not just subject matter of being in Lowe's. And I'll just leave it right there at that. So yeah, I've got both of these cut with an eighth of an inch of each other, and I'm not gonna. I can adjust that on the back side. On the back side over here, close to the truck. I'll fill that in with weld. And so I'll have the inside piece. Now I'm thinking I'm going to put cross members out of this 1 inch stock I've got, 1 inch square. Should I go somewhere and get holes for an additional mechanical, or should I just weld it? Should it making holes in the metal makes it weaker? But we're talking about 1/4 inch stock here, 3 by 4 inches. I don't think that an inch, and then it's going to get filled in with 1/4 inch stock. It's inch wide, quarter inch stock. So the walls are 1/4 inch, which means only 1/2 inch of it's hollow. So we're talking about, what is this math here? 180,000, which is the cubic. Steel is 180,000 pounds per cubic inch. Divided in this, we're talking about 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch, 0.25 times 0.5 times 0.25. Oh, that's not right. I did something wrong there. 1/4 inch deep times 0.5 times the other dimension point. Wrong. 999. That is wrong. 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.25. That can't be right either. That was, oh, I did divide in there. 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.25. Oh, the cubic inches. Okay, that is right. 0.0625 cubic inches. 0.0625. Divided by 0.0625. 2,880 pounds of holding if I insert it into a hole versus, mind you, we're not talking about extra torsional strength or anything like that to keep the items from wobbling, because that would be an X brace, not a single standalone. So we're talking about times 0.3, still 864,000 pounds of holding force if I just weld it. So I think we're good either way. course, it is 9:15. I want to get my other cuts done, and I want to finish that cut, and then measure, lay it out. I want to lay it out first, and then gonna cut my spans for that, and then the rest of the night is welding, because it's 9:15. By the time they do that, by the time I weld that and lay it out, it'll be 10 o'clock. Oh, my neighbor, the one that crossed the street, he's a correctionals officer. I was on the local bypass the other day. I totally went past him at like 148 miles per hour. Hey, I saw you on the highway the other day. Oh, you might have. You might have. And I turned around and came inside. Yep, I think I'll be selling that car. I think Tuesday I'll be selling that car. And then I predict 130 days until I have another car. Probably same model. No, again, I don't know if I talked about this. I want to get the 760 IL with a 12-cylinder. But then again, I might as well buy a Rolls Royce. I can buy a 12-cylinder for, I think it was $135,000 with about 25,000 miles. So it might be a little bit longer than 130 days, but if this cotton candy thing takes off, it might not. It might not. I remember when I worked for Felder Entertainment, I would sell 30 60 poles a day. And I did the math on it. It's if that would have been all my money, it would have been 30 times 60 times. Now mind you, I'm taking expenses out of this too, and I know what their costs are because I worked there. I saw the costs, what they paid for wholesale sugar and wholesale flossing, which I can get the same deals. I know exactly the same people to call, the same things to talk about. I can get the same prices. So if that were there, but with the prices I want to get now, which are a little bit less, I want to give the retail stores a big cut of it too to entice them to buying my product, and them taking the chance. So we're talking times and my cut. I would have made $12,600 a day if I could sell 30 poles a day somehow by going to different retail stores and just driving around in my car or my ice cream truck. Well, I might just get a salesperson and put them out there like that. I mean, I know just the one. We worked together on Felder Entertainment. His name is Jason Fawcett, and I actually was trying to move him the other day, and tell him about that I'm going to be doing this. We talked about doing this. I get a little excited. We talked about doing this 10 years ago, and then we parted ways. I don't hold nothing against him. He's just being a little greedy. So yeah, if I could do that, even just sell them 30 poles a week, that's 10 weeks to that nice car, and then 5 weeks to paying my truck off, and 5 weeks to fixing the taco truck. Well, probably closer to 7 because I had to fix the extra motor of it too. So, yep. The smoke is dissipating. There's still some coming out of here. Again, the Boy Scout motto: be prepared. Be prepared. And that immense you thinker, Mr. Cromartie. I would like to. Shit, that motherfucker was like 60 or in his 50s when I was in junior high. I don't know. I like to think he's still around. Let's see if Frank Cromartie. I don't know how to spell his name. Nope, that's that. They did it. I'll have to dig out on my. Oh, I know who would know. I'll call Brian. Yeah, I'll call a friend, Brian. Um, Brian Massey, not Brian Eslick, who's related to a famous motorcycle racer, Danny Eslick. Cromartie, K. Oh, there's a suggestion right there. Damian Cromartie. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. If he's still alive, I doubt he has Facebook, but who knows? He was pretty progressive. I mean, there was a one time, one of the girls had a halter top on, totally not appropriate for shop class. You could get sprays of metal all over your boobs, fun bags, hoo-has, titties. Said, young lady, she was jumping around playing grab ass, and her tits fell out. So, young lady, put them in for the titties. She was like wilding out. She was this chick that everybody loved to watch in track. Yeah, they were like good D cups, and when she ran, they went like this. Oh, she had every teenage boy salivating. Just whenever people knew that she was running a track that day, there was a lot of classes skipped by a lot of hard legs. Luckily, I was already out there. I didn't need to skip class. I was I was the IT guy for the entire county, so I got pulled out of class regularly. And I already talked about this. I already knew all this stuff. I didn't even need school at that point. Just going through the motions. Just going through the motions. I was kind of a little bit like Doogie Howser, only without as much home support. Too much just yeah, tomorrow, son, tomorrow. And my stepmom. So the familiar work was I was actually a candidate for Asheville School for Boys, one of the most prestigious schools in the entire planet. I was going to get in there on a scholarship. But yeah, I brought the paperwork home. It was either that or I want to know where the South Asheville Carolina Day School. I was qualified to go either one of those. And then I could have made it into MIT or Stanford. I watch MIT and Stanford videos now, still even today. I've been brushing up on my mathematics. I need to. I'm taking it back to basics because it's been a long time. Hell, I might even start a career in robotics here soon. Who knows? I got a friend of a friend who works for Boston Dynamics. Yeah, she worked. She was a photo girl in Disney and Ice. Powder and firecracker. We hung out all the time. Why I never tried to get that punani, I don't know. We'd probably make a good family by now. Hey, well, I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have left Felder Entertainment either, but I did. I wanted to pursue my own thing. I got tired of being somebody else's employee. As prestigious as the money was, and as prestigious as living in 4 or 5 star hotels 6 months out of the year was, I just didn't have the at the level I was at. And what I didn't know was my credit rating was why I couldn't get any higher than a seat vendor or food table. That's why they never gave me a novelty stand. I knew people that made $2 or $3 million a year operating novelty stands. But you know what? When I get Tiny Dog Circus going on, I don't need anybody's permission. I don't need anybody's credit rating. I'll have my own novelty stand. I'll have my own food table, and I'll have everything. And I actually have good candidates for that too. People I used to know, and that I still have association with. I've talked to a few of them here, and it's been wow, wow. It's been 18 years, 18 fucking years since I did that shit. Since I was a seat vendor, walking around, running around with 100, well, more like 90 pounds of snow cones, and running up the seat backs. That's why I was number one or number two. If I wasn't number two, I was definitely in the top five. And that was probably only because I was having a bad day, and I was probably hungover from the night before. I did a lot of partying, a lot. And then like on 2 or 3 hours of sleep sometimes. That's probably why I sleep so much nowadays. Man, when I worked for Carson and Barnes in 2011, oh my God, 11 years ago. God, Jesus, fuck. This trucking ate up fucking so much of my time. I can't do that no more. I can't just be out there I'm going to put somebody else to work. I might work a little bit. I might go out there to get some contracts, and that's about it. Get some contract freight, because only I have the incentive to do that for me. Nobody else is going to. I didn't do that for James because I didn't feel it. He says, "Well, I'll give you I'll give you the whole load the first time." Yeah, the first time, and then the rest of them, you'll get. It'll be back to 85-15. No, adding it. I mean, I love James and all, but yeah. So yeah, nobody's ever going to be as well motivated to take care of your business as you, even with a sales commission. Yeah, people are going to want more than that. They want to go the whole load the first time, and more like 90-10. I want residuals, and I'll do that for somebody else. I will be the person who actually does that. I got no qualms with that. And as far as it being my truck, I'll give you extra 5% on that contract freight if you get it. But hey, I might just be able to actually slide right into Tiny Dog Circus and use that tractor for that. So, and then parlay that into and that having King Size 150-inch sleeper for that unit, and then keep this one as a backup, and only as a backup. If I get to the part where I have needed for 2 tractors, like my tent, like I graduate to a bigger tent and seating, then I'll use that for that, and then that driver can have that. It'll also be kind of the big tractor will be kind of the show office. And I'll need a bus. Again, this fabrication skills are coming in, and I want to build my own bus because I know exactly how I want it to be. And I'll bring some contractors to help me in, but I'll be able to more deal with them on an equal level because I know how to do what they know how to do to a certain extent, and I'll know better if they're bullshitting me or not. Anyways, and on the camera, that's actually just the glow of the light. That's there is probably like about 0.5% of the remaining smoke in here. It really didn't get that bad. It wasn't piling out of here. But if I were to push, another reason is inside of that cable reel, it shorted itself out, and then I lost power. But I think the circuit itself is because I have these four of four sections of two 80-watt bulbs, and the refrigerator I think is on the same circuit. No, that microwave and refrigerator on a different circuit, and then this computer and this monitor are on the same circuit, and then that's pretty much it. No, the microwave is on the same circuit as this. So is the refrigerator. But now when I hit the microwave and I have this big hilarious 30-inch monitor, it'll kick the breaker. And that's good. I mean, it's not going to have a fire. But I'm going to have an electrician come in here and redo this whole electrical system. And then I'm going to have breaker box upgraded to. Well, I'm going to get a second breaker box of 200 for a tiny house, and then another one of 200. I got to go to 600 amps, or that, or just cut, or be selective what I have on at the same time. Because cotton candy is going to take 105 amps. That means I'm pretty much going to be only doing cotton candy because this is 200 amp breaker. That means I can only do cotton candy alone, and the lights and the area where I'm working at. Everything else will have to be off, except for the refrigerator, of course, and that's only 5 amps. And then I'll put the ice cream truck on its generator while I'm doing that. It's either that or buy a generator strictly for doing cotton candy. But then I'll need, yeah. I'm not trying to spend $15,000 just for that. I think rebuilding this, when what I want to do electric wise in this building would be like $4,000. This is including labor. Anyways, it's been almost 30 minutes. I think that my why did I quit welding? Oh, I had a little generator. Oh, I had a welding problem. Wire feed. Anyways, let me get off here because I'll be back here soon. Late.